Why working more hours doesn't mean you're getting ahead. Have you ever worked so hard that you felt like you're going to collapse? And for what? A raise? A promotion? The satisfaction of a job well done? Whether we like it or not, the modern world runs on an economy of constant productivity. We're expected to optimize our time, energy, and resources in order to get ahead. But what if I told you that there's a different way to look at success? This is Capitalist Domain, and in this video, we'll explore why working more hours doesn't necessarily mean you're getting ahead. We'll also discuss the importance of work-life balance, the dangers of burnout, and some alternatives to the traditional 9-to-5 job. So hit that subscribe button, grab a cup of coffee, and let's jump into it. The history of the work week and how it has changed over time. Did you know that the work week used to be only 6 days long? It wasn't until the late 19th century that the 5-day work week became standard in the United States. And it wasn't until the mid-20th century that the 40-hour work week became standard. So why did working hours start to decline in the late 19th century? There are a few theories. One is that as workers started to organize into unions, they fought for and won shorter work weeks. Another theory is that as machines began doing more of the physical labor, humans didn't need to work as many hours. Whatever the reason, the trend continued into the 20th century. In 1940, the average American worker worked about 48 hours per week. By 1970, that number had dropped to 40 hours per week. But in the last few decades, something strange has happened. Even though we're more productive than ever, working hours have begun to creep back up. There are a few possible explanations for this trend. One is that as globalization has made it easier for companies to do business around the world, they've been able to keep their workers on call 24/7. Another explanation is that technology has made it harder to disconnect from work. With email and social media, we're always just a click away from our jobs. Working hours are on the rise, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Studies have shown that long work hours can lead to a range of health problems, from heart disease to depression. So why is working harder making us poorer? It might have something to do with the fact that we're not productive when we're exhausted. Or it could be because we're missing out on time with our families and friends. Whatever the reason, it's clear that our obsession with work is taking a toll on our well-being. And that's something we need to change. Why is the American dream turning into a nightmare? The American dream used to be about hard work and opportunity. But in recent years, it's starting to feel more like a nightmare. There are a number of reasons for this. First of all, the cost of living is skyrocketing, while wages remain stagnant. This is causing financial insecurity and making it difficult for people to get ahead. Secondly, the job market is becoming increasingly competitive, and jobs are often outsourced to other countries. This makes it hard for people to find stable employment. Social mobility is also declining, meaning that it's harder for people to move up to the socio-economic ladder. As a result, the American dream is starting to feel out of reach for many people. Additionally, it might have something to do with the fact that we are working harder than ever. But it's not just the long hours that are taking a toll on our health and our relationships. It's also the way we are working. These days, many of us are glued to our screens, whether we're working at an office or at home. And even when we're not working, we're still connected to our jobs through email and social media. We're always reachable, and that can be stressful. What's more, our jobs are often demanding and high pressure. We are expected to be available 24/7, and we're constantly under pressure to perform. This kind of work environment can lead to anxiety and burnout. So how can we break free from this cycle of workaholism? For one thing, we need to learn to disconnect. We need to make time for ourselves and our families, and we need to respect our own limits. We also need to fight for policies that protect workers' rights, like paid sick days and parental leave. Only by making these changes, we will be able to reclaim our lives and our sanity. Otherwise, the American dream might turn into a nightmare. How technological advancements have led to people working more. Throughout history, technological advancements have usually led to people working less. For example, the introduction of the printing press in the 15th century eventually led to the creation of books, which helped spread knowledge and understanding. This in turn led to the rise of the middle class and increased leisure time for many people. However, recent years have seen a reversal to this trend, with technology leading to people working more rather than less. This is largely due to the rise of the internet and the 24-hour global connectivity. With businesses now able to operate around the clock, employees are expected to be available at all hours. In addition, portable devices such as laptops and smartphones have made it possible for people to work from anywhere. As a result, many people find themselves working longer hours than ever before. While technological advancements have led to increased productivity, they have also a negative impact on work-life balance. Having a work martyr mentality is actually making us poorer. You've probably heard the saying, work smarter, not harder. It turns out there's a lot of truth to that. In today's economy, working longer hours doesn't necessarily mean you're getting ahead. In fact, it can often have the opposite effect. For one thing, working excessive hours can lead to burnout, which can decrease productivity and creativity. It can also lead to health problems, both mental and physical. And when employees are unhealthy, it costs businesses money in absenteeism and healthcare costs. Moreover, working long hours can actually make you less effective. To be productive, workers need to recharge and renew their energy levels. After a certain point, working longer hours actually decreases productivity. The next time your boss asks you to put in some extra time, keep in mind that you might be more effective if you take a break instead. Indeed, our obsession with work is taking a toll on our health, our relationship, and our overall well-being. And that's something we need to change. The benefits of taking breaks throughout the day. Everyone knows the feeling of being overwhelmed by work. You start to feel like you're working more hours than ever, but you're actually getting poorer. This is because when you're stressed, your productivity plummets. Taking breaks can help you avoid this situation. By taking a few minutes to yourself every couple of hours, you can clear your head and come back to work refreshed. This can help you avoid burnout and maximize your productivity. In addition, taking breaks can also help improve your focus and concentration. When you take a break, your brain has a chance to rest and recharge. As a result, you'll be able to better focus on your work when you return to it. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed by work, remember that taking a break can actually help you get more done. Alternatives to the traditional 9-to-5 job. If you're tired of working more hours than you'd like, it may be time to consider an alternative to the traditional 9-to-5 job. There are a number of options available that can help you avoid working excessive hours, including freelance work, telecommuting, and part-time jobs. Each option has its own set of benefits and drawbacks, so it's important to choose the one that best fits your needs. For example, freelance work can offer a flexible schedule and the ability to work from home. But it can also be unpredictable and make it difficult to maintain a steady income. Telecommuting, on the other hand, can provide a more stable income, but it may require you to sacrifice some of your free time. Part-time jobs can offer shorter hours and more flexibility, but they may not offer the same level of pay or job security as a full-time job. Whatever you choose, remember that you don't have to work excessive hours to be successful. Ultimately, the best option for avoiding extra hours of work is the one that suits best a healthy lifestyle. Millennials and the changing workforce. Millennials are often derided as entitled, narcissistic, and prone to fits of wonderful self-absorption. They're also killing a lot of industries. The latest casualty? The traditional workplace. Thanks to millennials, work is changing rapidly, with far-reaching consequences for companies and employees alike. For starters, millennials are far more likely than previous generations to job hop. They're also comfortable working remotely and expect greater work and life balance. As a result, the traditional 9-to-5 office job is quickly becoming a thing of the past. In its place is a more flexible, fluid workforce that values collaboration and creativity over long hours and mind-numbing tasks. It's a workforce that's more diverse, more global, and more connected than ever before. And it's a workforce that's poised to drastically change the way we work, for better or for worse. Only time will tell. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Share this video with your friends and family to help spread the word about the changing workplace and why working harder isn't always the answer. Until next time.